Next is from Matthew Ince. Subject is Triple H is all elite. Hey guys, what do you think of the honest chances of Triple H ever quitting or being released by WWE so that he can start his own company or even come in to help run AEW? And before you do the whole but he's family stuff, Shane McMahon has been fired by WWE twice.
I don't know about that. I think Shane left on his own accord.
There's no way Tony Khan is going to like bring somebody in that may try to. I don't know. I just. Bro, it's Tony Khan's company. He doesn't need He doesn't want Triple H. He doesn't need Triple H. He would just be dismissed by.
Let's put that part of it to bed. Hunter ain't going to AEW. No question.
Right. No question.
That's right. Like Sorry,
it's not even worth. It's not even worth your comment.
Let's be real for me.
You know who is who had some conversations with Tony and is probably going to end up working there is Regal. I don't know if you guys read that or not, but yeah,
they need him.
Yeah.
They need him. They need him because I'm telling you what, I don't know what the agents are doing on that show, but they're letting these people go out there and do some of the most ridiculous things. And a guy like Steve Regal, I think, would be the type of agent they would need back there to like, hey, don't do that. Do this instead. You know, I think they need a guy like him. Next is from Donald Big Wide.
Can I go ahead? Can I just weigh in? I find this fascinating. I find this conversation fascinating about Triple H because. And I don't want to harp on this point for forever, but I mean, isn't this just wild what we're witnessing at the moment?
Where they're just erasing all of his people that he invested. He invested a ton in and promoted and endorsed.
I usually err on the side of, okay, let's not jump to conclusions. Sometimes you try to see the worst in something, and obviously the dirt sheet culture is very quick to, see the worst and see the nefarious part of any action before giving it proper context. I've done my best to err on that side of things while I've been witnessing this. But at this point, is it not, just glaring obvious?
It's so obvious that they've had
something has happened where his influence and regime, or whatever you want to call it, is being systematically dismantled.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. And I don't know, I can't prove because we don't know, but this just looks, if you look at what's happening, there has had to been a private heated conversation between those two where where Triple H told Vince, bro, you have no clue what you're doing.
Do you think that's what
absolutely. This is what an egomaniac would do if somebody challenged him like that.
I have a different feeling on it. Maybe because I've, a little closer, or at least have had direct experience with at least one of the people who I think is very heavily involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's one person or two, to be more specific, who spend a lot of time with the boss, spend a lot of time feeding him, bits of information and convincing him that things are working and things are not working and here's why and so on and so forth. Because look, the time is coming. One way or another, something major is happening, right? I just bought
the hand of the king knows what's up.
I just bought,
and the hand of the king is looking at his enemy or his.
There are two hands. There are two hands of the king.
There are two hands.
Two hands of the king.
And I think, actually, three if you count Nick Khan.
Right.
Oh, I was thinking Nick Khan. Yeah.
Well, we're talking about Bruce and Johnny. Let's just
Johnny. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Bruce and Johnny. Nick. Yeah.
Right. Something is happening. I have there's been a couple of theories, but I tell you what, I have one that a seed was planted from a friend of mine who works there, who threw it out to me in a conversation, and I sort of went, holy that's wild, but it's just so crazy that it might be true. You want to hear it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
So Hughes, you'll have a field day with this. All right. I was unaware up until I saw it on Instagram that Rock and Nick Khan are friends.
Grew up together.
I remember seeing that and just being like, what? That's so random.
It's like this guy's got his fingers in everything. He was Colin Coward's agent. He was like, this guy's got like so many like things. Right. It's like got all these connections. Like who?
This network is unbelievable. But the Rock part was the more fascinating part to me because I suddenly go, Dwayne Johnson is part of a conglomerate who purchased the XFL.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Khan, his apparent childhood friend, is now basically running the commercial aspect of WWE. Who hates Triple H more than anybody you know?
Hunter?
Rock.
Dwayne Johnson. Rock hates him.
Really?
It's very well documented. They from I wasn't there, obviously.
So their angles, they were having like a lot of creative differences behind the scenes.
I don't know about that. I think I can't comment on that. I wasn't there, obviously.
Well, what's the story? Because maybe I missed this because I wasn't paying attention to wrestling. Because if it's so well known, why did I know this?
Supposedly, Sean and Hunter were really hard on Rock when he was coming
Very
in.
hard on him.
Yeah,
that's why one of the reasons why Rock has always shown huge props to Bret Hart. Because Bret was the top guy there, and Bret kind of helped, protect him a little bit.
And he's refused to work with Sean, always.
He's never worked with Sean. Now, who else have we seen Dwayne Johnson palling around with as of late? Jeff Bezos.
Well,
do you suppose that there is a possible combination of Dwayne Johnson, Nick Khan, and Jeff Bezos that could, in the foreseeable future, some way, shape, or form be involved in the new post-McMahon WWE?
Absolutely, because if Russo thinks that it's a done deal. That
actually, I'm interested. What does Vince think? I haven't spoke to Vince in a long time.
Done deal. That the TV deals with Fox and NBC Universal are finished, and that the next deal is with a streaming service. And Amazon is Prime.
Amazon Prime. Well, see, Amazon.
Probably all the arrows are pointing at Amazon.
Think about the Amazon business model, right?
Yeah.
What existing infrastructure would be more suited to merchandise licensing, integrated merchandise purchase options during programming? Right. That's where we're heading next. Like I've had conversations because look, I'm in e-commerce. I've had conversations with people who are in the early stages. A friend of mine called Sabir, he used to work for Gary Vaynerchuk. He has pioneered. He's already done an event. He did it with New York Fashion Week, where during a live stream, items that were seen in the live stream could be purchased with a touch screen click, live widgets would pop up of the different items. You're watching something and a buyer, and I'm talking about like fashion buyers now for high street shops, stuff like that, could click on the thing and then go, okay, I want to put an order in. I want to buy 10,000 units of that. Now that's coming next for consumer, for DTC. That's coming next. Is you're going to be watching wrestling or whatever else, right? And Sasha Banks is going to walk out on SmackDown, and she's going to be wearing her legit boss fingered gimmicks or, glasses, hat, whatever. And you're going to be able to press the screen, and it's going to take you immediately to a thing where you can buy it in picture. It's going to pop up in the side, and you can just, boom. And if it's Amazon, who is better equipped to facilitate that exact customer experience right now than Amazon?
Yeah, not only that, but they could slide the network right onto that Amazon Prime easily.
Right in.
Yeah.
Right, the whole library. And think about it, you can backdate that same merchandise integration back all the way back. You watch these classic things, Hogan slamming Andre, click, I want that Hulkamania shirt. Boom, I'll make you one.
Well, and then let's go one step further. This is so simplistic now, if you think about it. Who's one guy that can afford whatever the top market price bears for that company?
Right.
And who would be willing to pay it? And it's Jeff Bezos.
And there is absolutely no pressure on him to make a fast return. It's
right.
They
want the content. They want the content that the networks have, and they're willing to pay more. Yes.
When you think about what the major revenue streams of WWE, are the content itself and the merchandising. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's fascinating, but the part of it that gets me thinking that maybe it is a little bit more than me just thinking out loud is this stuff. And I agree with Russo, but not in the same way. I think it's a done deal already as well. I think whatever's going to happen has already been agreed in principle, probably in a couple of big studded leather chairs over a cigar and a glass of scotch, but it's already been described. And a lot of these changes, they want to happen under the current regime so that then when the new regime takes over, it looks like, hey, a brand new day, we're the good guys.
Right.